Hello again, everyone. Mental Fox here. Welcome back to Starfield. I don't know what it is about today, but I am excited to play this today. Just, I don't know, man. I know this game gets a lot of crap, but I just really like it. I enjoy exploring it. I think that the stories are interesting. I think that the fighting is fun, using the weapons. I just think it's a fun game. And I'm just really looking forward to playing it today. We're going to walk around Varun Kai some more. A couple of, well, at least one strange activity here where we're supposed to find these three kids. We're just going to walk around here, and if we find them, we find them. But I think what we really need to do is go down here and talk with Ekris. I have become a member of House Varun and now must speak with the High Council to find out what is happening in Dazra. So let's go down here. I believe that Ekris is down here. If I'm facing the right way. And like I said, if we find the kids, we find the kids. I mean, hopefully we will. Yeah, I think Ekris is down here. Oh, is this... Are the brothers down here now? No, this is Danica, and this is a citizen. Danica, you got anything to say after the last episode?
Hello.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
I am sorry. Please, have mercy.
Oh, what?
I'm starving. I cannot sleep. I cannot think due to my hunger.
Oh, no.
You are not the only one suffering. Your actions have deprived another of precious food. You will await your punishment at the security center. Come along.
Oh, my.
No, please.
Move!
Huh. Wow. Did you hear that?
May the Great Serpent guide you, and the rest of us.
Great Serpent, please help me. I am terrified.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Vindicator?
Should have thought of that before you went and stole food, man. Stole food. It's not good what happens to people who steal food.
Are angry now, but they will get over it.
They will get over it. Okay, Ekris is over here. Let's go over here. I guess it doesn't hurt to look in nooks and crannies on our way to speak with Ekris as we look for the little kids. I mean, they could be they could be down here. Whoa, wherever this goes, neat. Whoa. Okay, kids. If I find you, I find you. Holy moly.
The Great Serpent would not have done this unless truly necessary. We must not doubt his intentions.
Yeah, you do that. What you doing, man?
I pray that the Great Serpent will deliver us from our hardships soon.
There's so many places these kids could be hiding. Ekris.
Things they expect me to accomplish.
Right? I mean, for real, right? Whoo!
Well, look who it is.
It's me.
You have made quite a stir. And given the state of things, that is a singular accomplishment. To what do I owe the honor, Vindicator?
What's going on here? The High Council told me to help your project, or Malabor says work on the mourning device must proceed. Before we get down to that, what's going on here?
At the moment, obviously a great deal of nothing. I have the High Council to thank for that. Politics and expedience rarely pair well.
So, the High Council told me to help your project?
Well. Progress, at last. Then your arrival is even more momentous than I'd believed. I will spare you much of the technical detail, as I confess that pieces of it I barely understand myself. One cannot help but notice the energy field around the scaled citadel. Until we can get through it, we cannot shut down the experiment inside, and it has proved quite impossible to get through. We had the beginnings of a plan to build a makeshift contraption to redirect grav drive energy to see if we could penetrate the barrier, but the project came to a halt. Politics got in the way.
I can imagine that without the speaker to issue clear directions, things have been difficult.
Every one of the houses needs to contribute, and everyone realized they could potentially use it for leverage. What should have been a cooperative effort turned contentious. Easy decisions became negotiations. And so, construction never began. We have sat here, staring at this disaster as supplies pile up for well over a week now. Serpent help us, it is infuriating.
Well, why do you even need the council's approval?
The council just so happens to represent the 3 houses under Varun's banner, who are also entrusted with various aspects of running, well, everything. Each of those houses needs to contribute something to the project, so the council is the final stopgap. Were the speaker here, he could bypass all of it with a wave of his hand, but, well, you have already seen the state he's in.
Have I seen the state he's in? Oh, he's the one who appeared to us. We could say you should be grateful that I'm here and that you can continue your work. You could say I've been here 10 minutes and the council is already annoying. Or we could say no use complaining about the past, time to move forward. I mean, let's move forward, dude.
Indeed. All must serve. I believe I've done enough complaining for now. Time to get to work. If you're here, the council has likely sent word to the houses that it's time to stop the infighting. I doubt it will be enough. I need to oversee construction here, make sure things are built to specifications. If you could follow up with the houses, that may speed up the process.
I shouldn't have to do that. I'll get right on it, or I doubt they'll listen to me. I mean, do you think they'll listen to me?
The first convert in generations. The only one to have heard from the speaker since the disaster. Oh, I think they will listen. House Vetol owes us access codes for the city power grid. It's the only way to guarantee enough power to activate the device. House Kadik was supposed to provide a young scientist named Sahima to help me. She had at least some experience with the original Citadel experiment. No idea why they refused to send her. And Hasmek, the new elder of House Dulkef, he has been distant, guarded. He claims to have vital information about an important component of the experiment, but has withheld it until now. Help me get what we need, and we will see what we can do for the speaker, and for House Varun. And I may have something that can help you in whatever trials the Serpent puts before you as we navigate this.
Yo.
I've been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time doing my own research when I can. These phantoms, the Vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were some less disastrous way we could have discovered all this.
Okay, that was a ton of information flashed on the screen at the same time. I mean, good grief, did everything have to happen at the same second? I mean, up here, apparently I got a weapon, a pretty cool weapon, that I couldn't see because there were 2 other messages pasted over top of it. One of them, it looked like I got 12,000 credits. I'm not sure what it said up here. Down here, an achievement popped up. Up here, I believe we got a message that we completed a quest, and then we started a new one. And then, of course, he kept talking, and what he was saying down here. So that was kind of ridiculous. Why do so many things have to happen at the exact same time? Anyway, we could say if it's not something that will help me get rid of the phantoms, I don't care about it.
No.
Or fascinating isn't the word I would use to describe it. I don't know, man. Fascinating.
I know. I have lost friends and colleagues myself. We have encountered several interesting phenomena. First, while the phantoms shift to a fully human form when killed, they often retain small shards that appear to be an almost crystallized version of Vortex energy. Second, we have learned that killing the phantoms sometimes causes an even greater disturbance. Horrors, as they have been colloquially termed, can appear from somewhere. We are unsure of their origin, but it is not within our universe. These horrors and their spawn are infested with cysts, a seemingly organic manifestation of Vortex energy. We have managed to collect enough to run experiments and have devised a method of combining them into an explosive mixture with varying properties. While they have no use in the development of the morning device, if you find yourself out in the field, I believe they could have more practical applications.
I'm not interested. I can handle myself just fine. Unproven technology against enemies from outside our universe sounds like a great plan. Or I'll take anything that can give me an edge. Yeah, man, I'll take anything.
The process is simple enough that any industrial workstation should suffice, if you have the materials. And depending on how you combine said materials, you may find the results to be somewhat variable. I hope you can use that to your advantage.
You can now craft grenades. Oh, it's gone. The message is gone. Hope you read it. I can craft grenades. Let's see. What do you know about the experiment in the Citadel? How have things been affected by the disaster? If you've got something that can help me, I'd appreciate it. What do you know about the experiment in the Citadel?
Not enough to have prevented it from happening. If I had any idea it was going to turn out like this, it had been Inasco's primary goal for some time. A way to recreate Jinan Varun's encounter with the Great Serpent. Everything we knew about grav drive technology, every scientific advancement we'd made in the last 100 years was poured into it. Towards the end, I was just so exhausted. I asked for a brief time off, and I thought I would be trapped in there with the rest of the science team.
You had no way of knowing this was going to happen. Perhaps the Great Serpent had other plans for you, or it sounds like you got lucky. Hey, you had no way of knowing, dude.
Of course not. I left the project weeks before the disaster, and at that point, we were nowhere near ready. Some breakthroughs were made shortly thereafter, and they ran the experiment. And here we are.
How have things been affected by the disaster?
Just look around. I'm sure you have at least some idea of how much we have physically lost. A huge portion of the city is just gone. And those left behind are struggling. Supplies are limited. There is so much work to be done, and we are all just so tired. I hope that eventually we can return things to the way they were, but we must be realistic. That will take time, and I suspect a great deal of it.
Well, if you've got something that can help me, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, depending on how much trouble you're getting into. We have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time doing my own research when I can. These phantoms, the Vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were some less disastrous way we could have discovered all this.
Oh, we're back here again. Oh, okay. I guess I'll say this time. If it's not something that will help me get rid of the phantoms, I don't care about it?
Well, then you are in luck. We have encountered several interesting phenomena. First,
So we already heard him say this.
shift to a fully human form when killed, they often retain small shards that appear to be an almost crystallized version of Vortex energy. Second, we have learned...
Yeah, we already heard him say this.
These horrors, and we have managed to collect enough. While they have no use.
Okay. Oh, all right. What? Weird. Okay, well, let's see what he says to this time. Unproven technology against enemies from outside our universe sounds like a great plan.
I do hope you are not questioning the thoroughness of my research. I assure you, they will work. The process is simple enough that any industrial workstation should suffice, if you have the materials. And depending on how you combine said materials, you may find the results to be somewhat variable. I hope you can use that to your advantage.
Okay, I guess we're done talking to this guy. He just walks away. All right, let's see what the heck happened here. All this stuff showing up. Let's see. We completed the Promised Broken. I landed in Dazra, the home of House Varun, and underwent a ritual to become part of their society so that I will be accepted by the people there. I've been informed of the crisis affecting the city and need to work with the High Council to avert further disaster. And then I don't think I read the conclusion of the duel. No, I did read this. The duel was scuttled, and both brothers lived to bicker another day. Well, now we've got a quest called Aligning the Houses. In order to complete the mourning device, to gain access to the Scaled Citadel, I need the assistance of the 3 noble houses, House Dukef, House Kadik, and House Vithal. All right. He probably has nothing new to say after that.
Fate lies in the morning.
Well, let's see. There's one house over there. There's one over there. And there's one over there. This is the closest one, so let's go to this one. But on our walk over there, let's just have a little gander around the nooks and crannies here and see if we see any children hiding. These children may be gone forever. We may never see them again if it's up to me to find them. Those crates look weird from here. I do wonder, though, I mean, can I use any of my technology to find these kids? You know? Of course, we can't show these guys on the map. But, you know, I've got this technology here. Varun Enforcer turret, neat. This doesn't appear to be helping us any. Over there, Way Shrine of Redemption, whatever that is. Yeah, I'll leave this on for a little bit as I walk around and just see if anything pops up. You know, kind of like when you're walking around and you see somebody who's wanted, they show up in red. Maybe the kids will show up in a different color or something. Ooh, here's some iridium. Where did that Way Shrine of Redemption go? Oh, it's over there. 259 paces in that direction. Interesting. Well, we'll see if the game points us in that direction. If it doesn't, and if I remember, we'll go over there on our own and check it out. But over there is a depository. Well, why are we suddenly back here? We're back here because my game crashed again. I don't know why the game is crashing now. It's very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating in this case because I need to go down here and talk to this guy all over again. We're gonna maybe see this guy get arrested again, or maybe not. I don't know. But one thing I will tell you is that I'm going to get caught up. I'm going to go down here and talk to Ekris again and get to the point where we were when the game crashed. And but I'll cut all that part out so you don't have to watch it again. So in just a moment, we'll be right back where we were.
I am sorry, please, have mercy. I am starving, I cannot sleep. I cannot think due to my hunger.
You are not the only one suffering. Your actions have deprived another of precious food. You will await your punishment at the security center. Come along.
Oh, please.
Move.
I am trying to keep strong, but I fear I may be losing my mind.
Thank you for trusting me. You saved 2 lives.
Ah, yes. Hello there. Well, you have... To what do I... At the moment, politics... Well... I will spare. One can... We had to begin.
I can imagine that without the speaker to issue clear directions, things have been...
Every one of the... What should have... And so? The council just so happened. Each of those were the speaker here. Indeed. I believe if you're here, I need to oversee. The first convert in House Fetalo, House Kadik, and Hasmek helped me get... And we have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time. These phantoms, the Vortex. I know. We haven't... Second, these horrors, we have managed to... Well, they have. The process is simple, and... Not enough to have prevented... It had been in everything we knew, towards the end. Of course not. I left some... Just look up. I'm sure you have it. And those left me, I hope that... Yes, we have been... These phantoms... Well, then you are... We have encountered... Second, these horrors, we have managed to... Well, they have... I do hope you are not quite... The process is simple, and depend...
Okay, so I just finished the conversation with Ekris, and we're going to go over here, at least try to go over here, to House Kadik. Just somewhere in this direction. I'm not... Maybe over here there's a walkway we could go through. Yeah, it's very frustrating, the game crashing on me. I'm not sure why. One thing I had suspected but wasn't sure of is that this is the Shattered Space expansion that we're playing right now. I didn't mean to play this. The game just kind of like took me here.
Antony Rara at the Halls of Healing may be able to assist you, if she can spare the supplies.
Yeah, so...
You displease the Great Serpent, so do not agitate him any further.
Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing this expansion. I didn't know when I was going to get to it, but the game just kind of took us here. So it's fine, and it seems pretty cool. But I do wonder if part of the reason...
To have remained largely unscathed. How fortunate for them.
Yeah. I don't know whether this is what's causing the game to crash, this expansion. I don't know. But, yeah. I just want to peek my head over here. Looking for these kids, man. I will say this place is huge. Whoa. What are these? Huh. Well, my scanner isn't picking them up, which is a little... Oh, Rocky Nautilus Scavenger. Okay, he's not hostile. So, was Andreja... She said that the event doesn't seem to have affected these people very much. She's saying that... I don't know. What is she saying? That they might have had something to do with it? I don't know. Here's somebody sitting here. Pretty neat place. Warm ourselves by the fire. Envoy.
Remember, House Kadik business is its own. Only Rasma and Jimal may decide otherwise.
What does that even mean?
I wonder what your presence
from
here
your
means for
agent?
the Ministry of Conjunction. Not a thing. It's very disconcerting.
They'll be fine. Not a lot of questions asked in Neon.
Even so, I'm a warrior at heart. Perhaps this wasn't the best line of work for me.
Okay.
You can't be serious granting them an audience. This is exactly the impression we don't want to give.
Please, Jamal. Don't you see how all this works in our favor? It's not up for discussion. I won't risk what we've worked so hard to achieve. It's done.
No, you'd risk our future and reputation as a house. But you are the chosen elder.
Ah, don't patronize me. The Great Serpent spared our house. We are favored here. And shouldn't you get back to the council? We can't afford to be absent at a time like this.
I guarantee I'm not missing much. But you're right. I'll be heading back soon enough.
What's going on here?
Something I can do for you?
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm just curious, though. Do you remember what you were doing when the disaster happened?
I was on a walk, nearing Jinan Plaza. My view of the Citadel was clear. I saw the windows flood with light and then a flash so bright, I was forced to turn away. When I turned back, my eyes saw only a swirl of energy surrounding the Citadel and the crater that surrounded it.
Okay.
Great Serpent keep you.
And to you. Razma Kadik. This is who we're supposed to talk to. Oh, there's her computer that if she wasn't sitting there, I would consider unlocking and looking through it. Because that's the kind of guy I am. Or, I mean, that's the kind of guy my character is. Razma.
So, Ekris has sent our newest Vindicator to inquire about Sahima. Don't worry, Jamal's already told me all about you. I'm Razma, Elder of House Kadik and head of the Ministry of Conjunction.
What is the Ministry of Conjunction?
The Ministry of Conjunction is one of the 3 government branches of our society. We deal in information to ensure the High Council can make educated decisions. Most of our work is highly classified. Even the High Council itself may not be aware of all that we're involved in.
Okay, well, what can you tell me about House Kadik?
House Kadik is one of the 3 noble houses under House Varun. We've a reputation on being the more moderate of the 3. Not as fervent as House Vithal, and not as passive as House Dolkef. We're also largely associated with the Ministry of Conjunction, since I lead the department.
I see. Well, it is an honor to meet the elder of a noble house.
Well, it's also an honor to meet one as interesting as yourself. I wouldn't have suspected an outsider to be made promised. But who am I to argue with the Great Serpent's choice?
Gosh, I love this. Yeah, when the snake talks, you listen. All I need is Sahima. The council sent me to get your cooperation, or we need Sahima to help recalibrate the morning device. I mean, the council sent me to get your cooperation.
I understand, and I can't argue the importance. I know the council is looking to Sahima for answers, but the truth is, she's been taken, along with other members of the house. They're being held hostage.
What?
By zealots. And now they're demanding negotiations.
This is a major overreach. I have never known the zealots to be so bold.
Why didn't you why not just tell the High Council? That's what I want to know. Why didn't you just tell this to the High Council?
Because right now, this situation is a matter for the Ministry of Conjunction. As much as the Council thinks it's their business, it's not. At least not yet. They want Sahima, and we're trying to produce her.
That was the lamest excuse. That explained nothing. How were the zealots able to kidnap your people in the first place?
What happened to Dazra was a cataclysmic event. The city may seem in order now, but those first few days, it was chaos. and the Zealots took advantage.
Let's see. Zealots don't negotiate the kill on sight. You can't trust the Zealots. Negotiations could be a trap. Or tell me what the Zealots have demanded so far. I don't know, man. From what I know about Zealots, they just kill on sight. They don't negotiate.
Perhaps the Zealots you know. But they were once a part of Varun society. Our relationship is far more complex. The Zealots have yet to name specifics. At best, they'll demand an inordinate amount of credits or firearms. Worst case, a seat at the High Council or even the reinstatement of their house. House Malene. They know we can't risk Sahima for Dazra's sake. So, they won't hold back when it comes to demands.
I see. The Zealots have a house?
They had a house. House Malene was abandoned a long time ago. But there are some who'd want to see it reinstated.
Mm-hmm. Well, what can you tell me about House Malene?
House Malene was fully dedicated to Jandar Varun. They objected when his brother, Jarek, was chosen to take over as leader. They knew he would bring an end to the Serpent's Crusade. It's why they abandoned their house and became the Zealots you know today, to continue what they believe is Jinan and Jandar's work.
Who's Jandar?
Jinan Varun had twin sons, Jarek and Jandar. Jandar fully supported the Serpent's Crusade, and to many in House Malene, was the best suited to take over for his father.
Okay, the Zealots don't deserve anything. If I can get the hostages first, the Zealots will have no leverage, or those are extreme demands. Those are pretty extreme demands.
Yes, and it's exactly why I need the upper hand in these negotiations. I need you to find the hostages. Bring them home, so the Zealots have nothing to leverage, and Sahima can work with the High Council. Normally, I'd have agents doing everything possible to find them. But we too suffered losses. We need to be here, present. I couldn't risk more lives. It's the only reason I even agreed to these negotiations. But now that you're here, I can finally take action.
Isn't risking the lives of a few agents worth it to save the many? Let's show the Zealots why you don't mess with the noble houses. I'll bring Sahima and the hostages home. No negotiations needed, or just tell me where the hostages are. I mean, isn't risking the lives of a few agents worth it to save the many?
Of course. But the negotiations offered a chance to get Sahima and the others back without putting lives at risk. I saw the chance and had to take it. As demanding as I'd expected the Zealots to be, I fully intended to do everything in my power to bring them within reason.
I see. Well, I'll bring them home. You don't even need to negotiate.
And that's where the issue lies. I don't know where the Zealots are keeping Sahima, but I have a good idea who does. Their name is Merrick. Merrick is a Kadik, and they also work for me as an agent in the Ministry of Conjunction. This is where matters get complicated.
If Merrick knows, how come you haven't forced them to tell you? I hope you aren't being lenient because Merrick's related to you. Sounds like Merrick is my next stop. I fail to see what's so complicated. People's lives are at stake. Or let's hear about these complications then. Well, I mean, if Merrick knows, how come you haven't forced him to tell you?
Once I made the decision to go through with the negotiations, it wasn't necessary. Now that the situation has changed, well, that's going to be your job now.
Well, I mean, I hope you're not being lenient because Merrick's related to you.
It's not the family name that complicates matters here. As I said, Merrick works for me in the Ministry of Conjunction. They've been establishing an inside relationship with the Zealots for some time now. On my orders. Forcing them to give up the information could jeopardize all they've worked for. So don't expect them to be forthcoming. Get the information any way you see fit. as long as no physical harm comes to them.
Understood.
Why would giving the location jeopardize Myrick's work?
The Zealots don't trust easily. If their location was discovered, Myrick would most likely be the first they'd suspect. They'd never trust them or any agent of House Kadik again.
Let's see. Zealots took your people. How can you remain so calm? You're establishing a relationship with the Zealots. Any tips on getting through to Myrick, or I'll return once I've learned the location? Okay, well, I mean, Zealots took your people. How can you remain so calm?
The people of Dazra look to us elders for strength and guidance. We cannot fail them at a time like this. Don't let my composure fool you, promised? It's neither easy nor something I take lightly.
Did you say you're establishing a relationship with the Zealots?
What better way to surveil a threat? It's important for us to know what the Zealots may be targeting, to stay one step ahead.
Do you have any tips on getting through to Myrick?
Myrick is proud of what they've accomplished, so I doubt they'll give up information easily. If being persuasive isn't your strong suit, perhaps appealing to their substantial ego may help. If you can stomach it. Just don't be direct. I'm sure it would put them on the defensive. Either that, or make them completely unwilling to talk.
All right, I'll return once I've learned the location.
See that you do. You'll find Myrick upstairs in the meditation room.
Talk to Myrick Kadik. Oh, it's called Zealous Overreach? Wow, we're very busy. Rosma believes one of her agents, Myrick Kadik, knows the location of Sahima and the hostages. I should question them in the upstairs meditation room of House Kadik. Anything else you'd like to say, Rosma?
Myrick may deny knowing anything, but don't let them fool you.
Can we talk about Myrick again?
Of course.
What else can you tell me about Myrick?
Myrick is proving to be an excellent addition to the Ministry of Conjunction. Not only are they a great agent, but their grasp on house politics is remarkable for such a young age. If only they could humble themselves a bit, they'd be a perfect fit for High Council mediary, or even House Elder.
Where did you say I could find Myrick?
You can find them upstairs, in the meditation area. Normally, I don't condone business of any sort there. But this is an exception.
How can I better get through to Myrick?
Myrick is a young and upcoming agent within the Ministry of Conjunction. They moved up quickly, and because of this, along with their rather spoiled upbringing, Myrick's biggest weakness is their ego. Let's just say, compliments can get you anywhere.
Anywhere.
Good. If you have further questions, let me know.
Well, I guess I want to talk more about the Zealots.
If you feel it will help.
Why are you bothering with having Myrick work with the Zealots?
Because it's my duty as head of the Ministry of Conjunction. Having insider information on the Zealots is vital to Dazra's safety.
What do you think the Zealots really want?
A seat at the table, justice for Jandar, the reinstatement of House Malene. Any number of unreasonable demands that my house would be incapable of fulfilling on our own. It all comes down to power. The Zealots have leverage for the first time, and they intend to abuse it.
Why would you even consider negotiation with the Zealots?
Normally, no one would. But our people are in a state of mourning. I couldn't afford to risk lives when there may have been a peaceful way out. Hopefully, you'll be able to find the hostages, steering these negotiations in our favor.
Okay, that's enough about Zealots.
Good. If you have further questions, let me know.
What can you tell me about Sahima?
What would you like to know?
Well, what kind of person is Sahima?
Sahima is a brilliant mind who's always been a bit on the outskirts of the family. She can be a bit temperamental, but it's mostly due to people misjudging her capabilities. Otherwise, she's kind, yet ambitious.
Why is Sahima so important to the High Council?
Sahima was once part of a science team that worked directly with Anaska. But, being young, they didn't want to listen to her theories. Or, more importantly, her warnings. Sahima's theories may now be the key to reaching the scaled citadel. Or maybe even restoring Dazra.
Why would the Zealots take her and the others?
As you know, the Zealots are extremists. Whatever desire, our people to have to make contact with the Great Serpent, it's tenfold where the Zealots are concerned. After the Cataclysm, it wouldn't take long for them to find out what we were doing, and how Sahima may be the key to fixing it.
Okay, I think I have enough information. Not sure how that's going to help me rescue the hostages, but thanks.
Good. If you have further questions, let me know. All must serve.
I just want to see something here. I'm going to hit F5. If we broke into her computer with her sitting here, would we get into trouble? I mean, it doesn't have like a red icon saying it's bad or be stealing or anything. I'm just doing this to satisfy my curiosity and to possibly see what's inside of her computer. Let's face it. Let's see if we can get into this thing just for funsies. I mean, this is a pretty hefty lock on this thing. And I feel like I've already made a bad choice. Yeah, I think I have. I mean, I could do this and then this, but I don't like to use the singles that early in our unlocking procedure. So far, so good. Okay, interesting. All right. Hey, I think we did it, man. We're in. Operations and proposals. I love their background. Operation Housekeeping, Operation Empire, Operation Ophidia. Operation Housekeeping. Status active. Assigned agents Marek Kadik. Progress green. Pending approval 0. Archives. Okay, so Marek is the agent on Operation Housekeeping. Operation Empire, assigned agents Salazar Kadik, Munya Belkadi, and Heizen Madril. Progress green, pending approvals 2. Operation Ophidia, Fasima Kadik and Martin Jazerik's. Progress red. I'm gonna get in trouble. Proposals. Reopening trade channels. Proposal, reopen the trade channels with settled systems. Benefits, increased trade and profit, technological advancements, easier access to settled systems. Proposal 10.3.5 requests permission to reopen the trade channels with settled systems. In addition to increasing our own profit, reopening channels will grant the Ministry of Conjunction envoys easier access to information needed for our own security purposes. This would also reduce the current cost paid to smugglers who are able to charge higher prices due to the need for secrecy. Access to Dol Kef records. Proposal, access to House Dekuf's records and knowledge base. Benefits, greater information base for the Ministry of Conjunction. Stronger House Varun. Proposal 11.0.0 requests permission to access House Dekuf's records and knowledge base. House Dekuf has long hoarded information that could easily benefit the Ministry of Conjunction in furthering the goals of House Varun.
Does this contain sensitive data? Valuable, perhaps?
Merrick will be forthcoming.
Okay, she does not care that we just hacked into her computer right in front of her. We practically had to sit in her lap to do that. She doesn't care. She's cool with it, man. She's like, you look like you know what you're doing. Go right ahead.
Be quick, promised. Time is of the essence.
Oh, I'll get there when I get there. Don't rush me. Let's see what's in here. Ooh. Bedroom. Anything interesting in this bedroom? I mean, I kind of like it. It's kind of like a cave. I mean, this whole place is kind of like a cave, right? Wow, there is like absolutely nothing of interest in here. Desktop speakers. All right. Jacket hanging there. Yeah, I like how they've carved this place out of this rock. It's pretty cool. Any kids hiding back here? No? Okay. A Varun statue, which I could take and they wouldn't care. That must be Merrick, or however you say their name. I'm going to walk over here, though, before I talk to Merrick, because I like to look around. Oh, that'll take us back out to Dazra. I guess this is just part of the meditation room. And over here, will also take us back out to Dazra. Well, before we speak with Merrick, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. We come back next time, we'll spend some time speaking with Merrick. I'm not sure if we'll run off to get the hostages right away, or whether we will talk to the other houses. Where is the quest where we're supposed to? Oh, interesting. It looks like we have to go through with this quest. We are all in on House Kadik. Okay, so that's yeah. I have chosen to assist House Kadik. I must complete my business with them before I can assist the other houses. Okay, well, that explains that. Okay, cool. We'll do House Kadik stuff next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode. I hope you had fun. I'm having fun. If you are having fun, why don't you let me know, leave me a like or a comment. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you join me again in the next episode.